Hello fans of Moshpit Passion, my name is Kayo. Today we are here in Oberhausen and I got here one of the major important bands. This is Against Evil from India. So please guys, first question is of course, how's the tour so far?
Start. It was fantastic. I think it's a great opportunity for us all to, live our dreams, and the first tour is amazing. I mean, no words for it.
Yeah.
So it's great.
So do you remember when this, let me say, fairy tale started? Do you remember your first impression and how your feelings were that there were some crazy Germans who said, we need you here in Germany, you want your record, that one here on vinyl? Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course. I think this is a story to remember for the rest of our lives. We can never forget this because there are few guys in the German metal scene, especially the members of the heavy metal fans group. Two guys especially, Martin and Ralph. These guys are the ones who heard our music and recommended our music to the folks at Dog Records.
Yeah.
And they picked it up and released the album. And it did well, fortunately, in the German scene. And I think the next best step was for all of us. I think it was a common idea. We were like, let's do a show.
Yeah.
Because now the music, people are listening to the music. So I think the best thing to do now is let's do a show. And I think this is the first show.
Yeah.
The September 7th show was actually the only show that we got booked. But we worked around and, planned an entire tour based on this show. So tonight is the night.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. And can you tell our viewers maybe the complete band history?
Well, we started in 2014,
yeah.
So we all have similar influences in the music that we listen to.
Yeah.
So then we thought, why don't we create an identity for ourselves? And then we started composing music. And then we released our first album.
Yeah.
That's Fatal Assault. That's the EP.
EP, yeah.
And there was good success in India and abroad as well. And then once we did the second album,
yeah,
that's when we got recognized a lot in abroad.
That's
so
that one here.
Of course, All Hail the King. Yes.
Yeah. So you're since the beginning of August, something like that here in Germany. So can you tell us your impressions from our country? So what was crazy? Which shows was amazing and good, etc.
Yeah, one thing I can clearly say, Germans know their heavy metal.
Yeah.
So I think maybe if we play a show, 100 people turn up, only 30 to 40 people in the audience know our music. I've heard our music before, but I think we've gone home with a lot more fans.
Yeah.
I think we've earned a couple of new, gained a lot of new fans, and that was awesome. I mean, people were singing our songs and wearing our t-shirts, and yeah, like he said, it's a dream come true for us, man. Yeah.
What is also something interesting is you played a show in Essen in my hometown. It was at the Turok Festival.
Yeah.
But a couple of hours before, you played in a record store, an acoustic. Set. Was it your first acoustic show ever?
Yeah, first ever. Yeah.
And how was that to interpret your songs new to the people?
So we all, when we had this opportunity to play unplugged stuff, then we thought we have to do something new. We have to do something new with our original compositions. We have to create an acoustic renditions of our album songs, and we did that. And we actually didn't expect so many people to show up, but then once we started playing and we look around us and there were so many people, and they liked these versions as well. So they were asking, so when would the next acoustic show be?
Yeah, definitely.
So
most people, when they play acoustic shows, most metal bands, when they do acoustic shows, they just play the same thing on an acoustic guitar. We didn't want to do that. We actually spent a lot of time and we actually rewrote most of the songs because the songs that you hear are the acoustic versions. I'm sure nobody will recognize them when we first start playing the songs. But yeah, but it was a great experience. We didn't know that, we loved acoustic music so much, but now we do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you plan maybe to re-release that songs on an EP or an acoustic record, something like that?
Yeah, maybe that
experience. So what are you doing when you are coming home? I mean, you're living some kind of fairy tale over the last 4 weeks. So do we have some time off to reflect everything, or is it like you go on, I don't know, university or jobs? I don't know.
Yeah, we all have our normal common day jobs.
Yeah.
This isn't our full-time thing. We all have our common things. So yeah, we're gonna miss this for sure because we've never been on such a long tour before, and we're gonna miss this for sure. But I think we're gonna start working on some new music. Maybe a new album next year. We're gonna start. So I think our mind is gonna be occupied on that, and we'll maybe miss this a little less. Yeah.
But how did your family react when you told them, we will leave our home country for 4 or 5 weeks and then we are back because we are doing heavy metal music?
They were, first of all, they were not sure about what we were gonna do. But once we are here and they are seeing our pictures on social media and they're getting to know us from us, and they're feeling great and they are so happy. And I mean, playing metal music is completely different scene in India because they treat us like weird people because especially heavy metal, and we have long hairs and tattoos all around. They have like a different look towards metal scene. But once we get here and they see, I mean, the response is amazing. And when we say that to our parents, it makes them very happy. And my dad gave his credit card number twice to me because I'm having a good time.
That's crazy, man. I want to talk about your new record, All Hail the King, and I want to show the people this one first. And I like a couple of songs of that, and I want to talk about them. The first one is the Army of Four. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, the Army of Four.
What is the meaning of Army of the Four?
So the Army of Four is based on the artwork. I think we did the artwork first and then we wrote the song. We have a concept. We have another song called All Hail the King. So that's when the king. That's what the song is about, the king. And we have the Army of Four. That's obviously us. And so that's where the concept came. I think he came up with the idea. I had a name.
It's all fictional. It's I mean nothing. We solid about from the realities. It's all fictional, and we always use we are our own mascots on our album artworks. So if you look at the first EP, we are there fighting with the zombies, and for the second, the full length, I think we came up with the idea maybe we should, hearing the songs, we thought there is a little bit of medieval vibe to it for a few of the songs, so I think we should come up with something more medieval kind of look. So we came up with the idea with horses, king, everything. So that's when we came up with the songs like Army of Four, because we are there on the artwork. So we created a small story, and then there is King, massive king on the artwork, so we have to write something about him. So we came up with the song All Hail the King. So I mean, it all came out good the way we projected all our thoughts, music. It's basically, there is nothing so serious about it, but it's all fictional and it's a good music and good story. That's all.
The next song I want to talk about is Bad Luck.
Yeah. It has, I don't know how to say, it's what the title means. Bad luck. Shit happens. So that's what the song is about.
It's just random theme because the tune and the sound of the song demands something less metalish, and it's more like the 80s kind of a feel. So depending on what we hear, we go into the flow and then we come up with an idea or a theme. So it just came out that way.
I think it's first came out as a chorus idea. I think when we were playing the song and we recorded and listening to it, it was like, I think him or me shouted bad luck, and then I was like, okay, this we can write about bad luck because everybody has bad luck.
Definitely. So
it follows you more than the good luck.
So the last song is also where video is on YouTube, is Stand Up and Fight Are About, which I really like.
Oh yeah, thanks. Stand Up and Fight, actually it has a little meaning. It's about we shouldn't give up in life. We should always stand up and fight. So that's kind of an inspirational song for us because we've sacrificed a lot to be in this position. I know we could be doing 9 to 5 day jobs, and we could be doing pretty good. Because we're all well educated, we've all passed out of college long ago. But we gave up all that, a little bit of it to be like this, to tour, to be able to be in a band. So so the song is about that. It's kind of what came out of our hearts.
So like you mentioned before, you are working or planning a record for the next year. Do you have maybe some kind of themes or some riffs in your pocket. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about it?
Themes, no, they come very late for us because first we write the music, and once the music is all recorded, we listen to the music and then we come up with themes.
Yeah.
But we don't have any themes right now. Maybe one or two. We're just working on.
Ideas
Yeah,
for the lyrics. We have
yeah, that's
one or
it.
two, just like he said. But I think we still need to spend a lot more time
Yeah,
because we started and in middle we had to stop everything and we have to concentrate more on the tour.
Yeah.
So once we go back, I think after a month or two, when we settle down with everything, I think we'll start work on the new material, and then hopefully things will fall in place. So.
Do we have maybe a band which you share where you're like, yeah, this is a huge influence for us. We want to be like, I don't know, like Judas Priest or something like that.
yeah, you named it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's obvious. It's pure heavy metal.
Classics. Yeah, I mean, something like Priest, Maiden, or Accept. So everybody has their own style. I think we all grew up listening to those kind of bands. Say if I'm a Priest fan, he's a Maiden fan. So we all have our different influences, but when we come together, so that is where the magic happens. So everybody have their own styles and influences. So that's when we come together with an idea of a riff or a drumming pattern or a vocal chorus. So we sit together and then we make it more interesting.
Yeah.
So
Nice. So yeah, 2019 is nearly over. So what are your next plans? Of course, going home, to have your day jobs, rehearsing for the next record, but something else like shows planned, or maybe a documentary of the German tour or European tours, live record, something like that.
Yeah, not exactly a documentary, but I think we have a lot of footage, a lot of footage with our, the fans or the people who got us here, amazing moments that we have captured, and we want to, make a collection of all that and, possibly release it online. That would be awesome, yeah.
So something for the memory
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Crazy. So yeah, we are already done with the interview. There's one question left because our magazine is called Moshpit Passion,
Okay.
and always our interview partners, they talk about their first Moshpit experience or last Moshpit experience, or maybe you have a completely story to tell from the band perspective where you stand on a stage and like, dude, these drums are here, they're completely crazy. Do we have something similar to tell?
Like Moshpit stories?
Moshpit stories, yeah.
Okay, for me, in Germany?
In Germany, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think we went to see Slayer in Stuttgart
Yeah.
at the last European show.
Yes.
And normally we are not the moshing types. We usually stand and just enjoy the music.
Yeah.
But then where I was standing, it was a little in front of the stage, and people were going crazy. And Germans are big guys, man.
Yeah.
And I was kind of scared.
And they hit you?
Yeah, I mean, I got knocked out and beer fell out of my hands, and it was crazy. But yeah, in a good way. It was like crazy. Yeah, that was my moment.
coming to our band experience on stage, I think our music is not something that everybody would mosh to, but it's more like headbanging and screaming and putting the hands up in the air. But yeah, one guy was crowd surfing at some point. But I think yesterday in Cologne, we've witnessed that a bunch of beautiful women were moshing for our music. So that's like, okay, we have a new target audience.
Yeah. Girls mosh pit.
Yes, absolutely.
The other guys?
So my experience was in Ziegen, I think, where there was crowd surfing for what we, yeah. so it there was everything. There was headbanging. There was mosh. There was crowd surfing. So this is the first time that we are experiencing that with our kind of music, and we see people surfing and moshing for our sort of music. So it's quite an experience for me, at least while on stage. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think my experience, I should say, to rock open air in Essen.
To rock open air, yeah.
Yeah, by the time we got on the stage, it's pretty draining.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure, because how many people could show up. And after like the first song, I see like there are about 3,000 people on the crowd, and everybody's shouting, horns in the air, and is like, that's a really good experience. Like, that's a memory for life.
Crazy.
Yes.
So guys, thank you very much for your time for the interview.
Thank you so much.
For the guys out there on YouTube, Against Evil, this is a record on vinyl out of Doggato Records. And please support that, guys. Follow them also on social media. Follow us please on social media. Subscribe our YouTube channel, would be kind. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Freunde, ich hoffe, euch hat das Interview gefallen. Damit ihr keine Videos verpasst, abonniert unseren Channel. Auf unserem Kanal findet ihr noch weitere interessante Interviews mit namhaften Bands. Schaut euch auch auf unserer Facebook-Seite herum, wo wir exklusiven Content wie interessante Beiträge, Konzertfotos oder Videos uploaden. Auf unserer Webseite www.moshpitpassion.de findet ihr CD-Reviews, Konzertfotos, Konzertberichte, Interviews und